Good afternoon. A scary moment for commuters east of Lloydminster this morning. Now, Maidstone RCMP reported that several semi-trailers jackknifed, as well as several other vehicles ended up in the ditch. Now, police say road conditions were icy at the time. There have been no reports of injuries as well. Now, meanwhile, it was a slippery and slow start to the morning for many vehicles on Highway 16 after a semi-truck jackknifed by the overpass, blocking traffic.
We had a semi that was heading westbound on Highway 16, hit some ice. It was very slippery out here today. Lost control of his unit and ended up jackknifing across Highway 16, blocking the westbound lane.
Now, the semi ended up jackknifing and facing east. There was damage to the semi-trailer, but no injuries were reported. The fire department was on standby in case of any leakage.
Pay attention to your surroundings, and even though the sun is out and it looks like it may be nice, just be aware that it could be very slippery out there.
RCMP wants to remind drivers to slow down and to give yourself enough room and time in between vehicles. And 2 people were injured after a crash last night in Saskatchewan involving a semi-trailer and an RV bus hauling an SUV. Now, RCMP say it happened around 7 p.m. It's believed the large motorhome drove into the back of the slow-moving semi on Highway 16 east of Maymont. The man driving the RV and a female passenger were treated for non-life-threatening injuries. The woman was airlifted to hospital in Saskatoon. Now, the driver of the semi was not injured. Police say heavy fog and icy conditions may have been factors in this crash. Now, the eastbound lanes of traffic were blocked for almost 3 hours while the crash scene was cleared. Well, Cold Lake residents are getting closer to the possibility of flight. Mayor Craig Copeland had the chance to sit down with Canada's Transportation Minister, Lisa Raitt, to discuss the growing issue of getting to and from the northern city to the major hubs. Now, if the idea is approved, flights will be able to fly out of Medley Airport on 4-wing. The target destination for the plan is to go from Calgary with some popular airlines.
We want to go after a big carrier, whether it's a WestJet or an Air Canada or Porter Airlines, whoever it may be. We want the flight to come in clean and leave clean. And in order for that, the Medley terminal has to be given federal designation by Transport Canada as a CATSA designated airport.
The process to get things going has been a long time coming for the city. Copeland thinks the message brought to the Transportation Minister is quite clear, though.
It's going to stimulate business in our area and also the quality of life. People now can go from our area, come to Cold Lake, get on a plane, and could be in Los Angeles by the end of the day. So it's through the Calgary airport. So she understood and supported our initiative.
Mayor Copeland has been fighting for this for more than 6 months now. In addition to helping the people of Cold Lake, it will also help the out-of-town workers that are in the area.
If we actually had air service right in Cold Lake, a lot of these workers could fly right out of Cold Lake and be over to the BC coast or out to the East Coast, wherever they're from that day. And it's just going to make our oil companies and our business community here in the area much more efficient.
Mayor Copeland is hopeful things could start falling into place within the next 6 months. Well, we're almost 1 week into Movember, and most upper lips are starting to show signs of a mustache. Now, Movember focuses on facial hair in an effort to raise money and awareness for prostate cancer. And as Kyle Galver explains for one Lloyd FM personality, the issue hits close to home.
Take a look at our weather today. Mainly sunny, getting up to a high of -3, dropping down to a low of -14 tonight.
Every weekday from 2 to 6, he takes over the airwaves on Lloyd FM. And even though you can't see it, he's sprouting a few whiskers.
Not blessed with the mustache skills, so it's never been a really Tom Selleck style or anything like that.
It's the 4th straight year Brendan Seeley is taking part in Movember. And like a lot of other Mo growers, the issue of prostate cancer is a personal one for the 26-year-old.
About 5 years ago, my grandfather actually got prostate cancer. Really surprised all of us. Not something that was really thought of back then, and I just really wanted to do something. Luckily, my grandfather survived, beat prostate cancer, but it's not always the case.
The normally scruffy Seeley says it's worth sacrificing his looks in order to bring awareness to a cancer that might not get as much exposure as others, like breast or lung cancer. Prostate cancer is the most commonly diagnosed cancer among Canadian men. The Canadian Cancer Society estimates more than 23,000 will be diagnosed this year.
It doesn't matter how much you give, it's just a little bit. Every little bit helps, and every little bit gets farther to helping cure prostate cancer. So if you can help us out, that would be awesome.
And it seems people are getting the message. Last year, Canada led the entire world in Movember fundraising. Over $36 million was collected countrywide. Sealy is trying to raise $1,000 on his own this year. If you'd like to donate, you can find Sealy's page at mobro.co/sealthedeal.
So you can get my website, you can see the pictures, you can see the progress. It's going to be a slow progress, but you can see the progress and see how much my goal is raising.
Kyle Gallagher, Newcap News.
All right, so here we go. Also, the men of Newcap, they are growing their best mows for Movember. And so this is week 1. And it looks right now that Bart Padiesic is in the lead when it comes to growing the best stash. And of course, they are also accepting donations. If you would like to help out to the cause, you can go to Movember.com and search for Mocap TV. Make your donations there. And of course, like Brendan said in his story, any little bit counts.